Jason? Yeah.
I think I get my tech.
Was you asked to be a tech again? Maybe? What did you tell him?
I suppose.
Really? It's kinda like when
I'm
first
signing up for a class next spring that's supposed to be at CJ.
Yeah.
Are you going to it? You gonna be a tech?
I was gonna do it 2 years ago, but then like 2 months before the class started, I blew my knee out and couldn't walk. And so I couldn't physically complete the class, so
Yeah.
now you get to go to it.
This breaks it down here in the orange pages, the guide we've got, the top part, fire emergency response, the fire section, spill leak section is the middle part, and the first aid section is the bottom part. Before attempting to conduct ERG recommended actions, you must be properly trained or have the correct equipment. Basically, don't put yourself in harm's way. If you're not trained for it, don't work outside your skills of practice. Or your skill of practice like paramedic. I'm not gonna do brain surgery on this guy because I watched a video on it. You know, it's outside your scope of practice. I'm not a hazmat tech, so I'm not going through with a Black & Decker shop vac, start vacuuming up this radioactive material. You know what I'm saying? So, the only work is the highest level is your certifications. Awareness level, personnel should not handle or touch contaminated, is what we talked about, or potentially contaminated victims. That's a whole nother class, decontaminated, decon. We set up the ladders and the hose and have to go to different stations, scrub them down, whatnot, it's all during the class. Once you go to tech school, you'll learn all that. The green border pages, table 1, table 2, table 3. Additional, it breaks it down even more simpler. It's easy, really familiar to once you understand what everything is, it's really pretty easy, user friendly, like I said, once you understand what everything means. On the green border pages, table 1, table 2, and table 3, initial oscillation, water bearing materials, produce toxic gases. The initial isolation protective action distances between different quantities of 6 common TIH, PIH, and the US gases. You know what this stands for?
TIH?
Huh?
TIH?
Yeah.
Common TIH, PIH in the US. No. Something inhalation hazard? Toxic inhalation hazard and poisonous inhalation hazard.
I was gonna say poisonous. Possible inhalation hazard. So we talked about again, downwind distance and doubles with the wind blowing. That's why you get wind direction and speed. You dispatch to a call, wind direction and speed. You get there, okay, that's what I got. Put that aim high in perspective. This is what I got. I got a fertilizer truck on the side. Eastbound I-70 mile marker, 28.4. And wind's blowing out of the north, 45 miles an hour. So we go all the way up on the scene there, we block, we do our initial, it's a bad day. So we do our initial scene size up, tell dispatch everything we just got, we get on the scene there, it went like that, okay? Block traffic, let's secure this area, see what we got here first. Go up there, identify the placards, okay? We'll put our ERG, go through our steps, find out what it is, and follow the suggested evacuation perimeter, and whether this stuff is dangerous to us, hazardous to you and me, are people downwind, I mean, it's putting off gases, it gives us a flammable, you know, how can we contain the most minimum, make everything the minimum less thing. You don't want to make it when we arrive on scene, don't make it worse than what it is. Green board pages again.
Do you know when you would, real question, like a scenario like that, that's like the whole city of Oak Grove at 28, and it's blowing 45 miles an hour south. It's like, can we really evacuate the entire city?
No.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, every situation dictates. You do the best you can with what you got, but I mean, is it realistic for 3 guys to evacuate, the city?
Yeah.
I did have but here's a side note on hazmat, that's what I'm telling you about, because it relates to the story. I'm not just storytelling, but when I was a cop, they had an anhydrous leak in Pleasant Hill,
Yeah.
and we had to evacuate like that part of the city, and we came up with the evacuation part. I'm gonna park my car here, blocked road, and we don't make going down this road, we discover what we got. So we have a meeting place, like the Baptist church, have everybody go to be, outside the danger area. Baptist church is over here, it's located in a safe location, and it can hold a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gets them out of the weather. The weather wasn't bad, but so back in the day, we drive around with our PA system like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because everybody's sleeping, and you know, this is the police. You need to evacuate your house now and go to the Baptist church. You know, everybody knows what Baptist church is, Pleasant Hill, so it's like, so they know what's going on. So yeah, so we had to do that to evacuate people. I mean, it was like half the town, but you do what you think's the best.
Yeah.
With the resources you have.
Right.
So. Let's see where we're at here. 14 minutes. Alright. Shipping papers, straight bill of lading. You can read it. It says 24-hour emergency contact number. That's a 1-800 phone number. This is what they're got on board. 4 drums of this, and 1 box of carriage bolts, and 1 drum of methanol, contained methanol, cargo aircraft only. Let's look up this up here. This is UN number. Let's look at our ERGs. You can use the UN number or the name.
Phosphoric acid. Guide 154.
So Graef 154.
Yeah.
Combustible liquid.
So what is this stuff?
Guide number 128.
For which one? The second one?
Yeah, the 1993.
Oh.
Okay, you're
Yeah, I got
1993.
it so far.
Hey, that's a good thing. If we're on a scene, we got 2 of these things, and you're pretty fast putting stuff up. Hey, don't be afraid to share your information with everybody else on the scene.
Yeah.
Alright, hey, this guy 154. This guy over here in the blue pages, look, I can't find this thing. 154, that's all I need to know.
Right.
Put it in the orange pages, and he's doubling up because he knows he got the first one, he got the second one. So we're identifying both hazards right there. All at once.
It's a flammable liquid, so got 1 drum of flammable liquid.
Look, right next to the 154 is non-combustible.
Yeah. So it says not.
Non-combustible. Itself does not burn, may decompose upon heating to produce corrosive fumes. Basically, they don't burn, but it puts off corrosive gases, off-gases. Any question on that? Pretty simple, right?
Pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Straightforward. On the shipping papers, we'll see this on this. The identification of proper shipping name, hazard class or division, and packing group. You'll see this again on test, possible again. Shipping paper should be near the driver or pilot. Like I said, you keep in the glove box.
Or sailor.
Information needed provided in a very form access inspection email. Safety data sheets are, you might see this again, prepared by the chemical manufacturer. So, the one we had in there, if we did a safety data sheet with it, that chemical, the factory who made it, these up, tells you And they have, like emergency plans and stuff like that. There's a safety data sheets that identifies a hazard, basically containing the, where you allow the instructor to shift this stuff over, and here's the possible hazards of it. Here's a safety data sheet, and this will, and it identifies it, shows a hazard identification, it's a non-combustible, first aid measure, firefighting measures, accident release. Basically, it's a, I call it like a cheat sheet of the ERG. Kind of give you all this information, what's in there contained.
Pretty much.
Like a cheat sheet.
Like section 4, 5, and 8, you're pretty much scanning for that.
Yeah.
So that's what we need, really.
Accident release, handling, storage, exposure control.
Yeah.
And there's more.
Wow.
Yeah. Disposal consideration, transport information, number 10 is good. Number 9, we'll find out after that. Like I said, they also have a local emergency, response plan. Work together, evaluate, understand, communicate. Chemical hazards to the community. Goes back to our first plan, have a plan. Let me get one, implement it. Alright, let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. Alright, be back here in 2 minutes.
Copy.
he gets back and, before, we'll just start with that, we'll go ahead and start it right now.
Oh, I got 1 hour longer. Do we fill out the quiz or?
Yeah, we do it together when Fry gets back. I'll go over that. Review. Do a quick review. I'll do, our hands-on skill. He's looking those 2 placards up
Okay.
and then filling out when he gets Fry's back.
Huh?
Has it? It has?
I don't think so.
We're gonna start with that. We're gonna start.
Now we still got 6 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's do-
Perfect.
Perfect. Alright, I put a packet on each one of you guys' desk now. Looks like this. This is yours. This is our quiz we're gonna take here in a minute. We're gonna review that real quick. And behind it on this page, it looks like this. That's gonna be your practical app, your hands-on skills. And what it is these 2 placards up here.
Oh, we should look them up. and go.
Yeah, we'll look them up and answer these questions.
Okay.
So, I would start on that if you wanna do that. We'll do the, yeah, let's look these, 2 placards up first. You got it there, you need a pen?
Yes, thank you.
So it looks like the guide number or?
How you wanna do it? You got that sheet?
1203's gasoline.
Here's back here. Well, this is, your hands-on testing. You know what I'm saying? So fill out all these things for the placards.
Do we need 2 of these sheets, or are we just gonna split down the middle?
We can split it down though. Just write your guide number up here. You know, make sure the different ones, it's easy.
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
So it says to list at least 3, but there's only 2 bullet points. So I just put just the 2.
Yeah. Then for like the 129.
The 1203. It only has 2 bullet points from the first aid section.
Yeah.
But it says list 3.